Hey, welcome to the Me and
D Show.
And we talk about anything from horror to stand-up comedy and everything in between, right? Okay. But last episode, we really concentrated on stand-up comedy. We had Karen Vasquez on, right?
Yeah.
Big shout out to Karen. Thank you so much for being on the show. You did a great job. But this episode, we really want to concentrate on the horror genre, right?
Yeah.
I think so. And
That's only fair.
Yeah, true. And so I've always kind of wondered, do I really lean towards the psychological thriller or am I really into the slasher movie? And I've kind of watched both, but I've never really actually thought about it.
Yeah.
You?
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to slashers and thrillers, thriller is not really horror. It can be scary, but it doesn't really mean it's horror.
Gotcha. Okay. And that's something that we're going to find out today. So come along with us. We're going to figure it out and you can figure it out along with us. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. We'll see you out there. All right. So we're at the park off of Hazeltine Boulevard in San Fernando Valley. And I thought it was kind of fitting to shoot at a park because a lot of horror movies show people running through a park, usually at night, but we're here during the day. So you kind of get it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I watched Seven this week. Is that more of a psychological thriller or a horror or a little bit of both?
I think personally it really depends on the eyes of the beholder, but me personally, I think it's more both.
Okay.
Than anything, it's psychological thriller and horror because, it's very suspenseful. There's a lot of eeriness to it. You're following these two detectives that are hunting down this killer.
Yes.
Who's killing people based on the 7 deadly sins.
Right. And Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt are the cops, right? Yes. They're in it. And Brad Pitt is like the new guy that is just transferred there because Morgan Freeman, he is supposedly retiring.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for you. You got to watch it. It is an older movie, but it's pretty cool.
It's fantastic. It's directed by David Fincher.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, David Fincher directed it.
All right.
I can't remember a lot of his movies that he's done, but he's definitely a more well-known director in Hollywood.
Okay.
And I think Seven is one of his top best films.
I mean, it was incredible, okay? And I really like it because it really makes you think. And, now after seeing Seven, I kind of think I really kind of lean more towards the psychological thrillers, really, I mean, I like kind of figuring out puzzles, and that's what it kind of reminds me of. Gwyneth Paltrow, she played the wife that was in it as well. She did a really good job, too.
Yeah.
I can't remember all the deadly sins, though, but there was like envy, there's sloth, there's gluttony, there's lust, there's envy, there's wrath. If you can remember any of the other ones, just put them down in the comments. I mean, I really should remember, but I don't.
I don't either,
you don't remember them either.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite part in Seven?
Honestly, this is just coming from my weird sense of humor, but I love it when Brad Pitt is just yelling out, "What's in the box?"
Right, yes.
And I'm just I don't know why, but maybe it's just me, but the delivery just kind of took me out of the movie for a minute. I was like, that's kind of funny the way he delivered it.
Yeah, it's just kind of I mean, he was having a dilemma about what he should do at the end of the movie. We don't really want to tell you about it.
Yeah, we don't want to tell you about it, but
I mean, I'm sure that you've seen it before. But those of you who haven't or don't remember, go ahead and rewatch it again. I've seen it several times, and when I rewatched it, I was like, I didn't remember that. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, it was pretty neat. The ending was incredible. I mean, it really was.
I personally think, in my opinion, it's one of the best endings in horror/thriller film history.
Now, one of the things that was in the movie that I didn't remember, which I thought was very unique, is that the killer was actually using Dante's Inferno book. Okay.
Well, yeah, because Dante's Inferno was, it was, the main subject of Dante's Inferno is about the 7 deadly sins.
Yes.
And of course, everyone that was killed represented one of those sins.
Right. And then a few of the murders that he had a quote, but not all of them were from Dante's Inferno.
No.
The first quote he had was actually from Milton. I can't remember exactly what the quote is, but you can see it. It was very significant.
It's a very religious kind of movie.
Yes, it is. And what I thought was very unique about it is that Brad Pitt at first says that he's punishing people, but then Morgan Freeman says that he's preaching because they used to use the 7 deadly sins as sermons, which I didn't know.
Well, it's a very outdated mindset. Of course, it was 16, 17, 1800s.
Something like that.
Something
Don't
like that.
quote us on that.
Yeah,
we're not absolutely sure.
I'm not absolutely sure, but if you look at it compared to what society is now and what it was back then,
right?
You know, the killer is using a very old-fashioned, I guess you say punishing method. I guess I don't.
Right, and that's what Brad Pitt said at the very beginning, and that's what kind of clued me in that I think I'm really more into psychological thrillers than I am into slashers, because I like the kind of the thinking and the puzzling that goes on there. Because later on in the film, Brad Pitt admits to Morgan Freeman that he really is preaching, that he's not punishing. You know, in the end of the film, how it all kind of came with the twist at the end, it really does show that he's preaching instead of punishing.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything else on the movie you can think about?
Honestly, I think that's pretty much it on that movie anyway.
I think so too. So if you haven't seen it, watch it. And then after everything we said, maybe you can figure out, are you more of a psychological thriller kind of person, or maybe you're kind of a slasher film? We're going to we're going to look over a slasher film real quick, right? We're going to talk about that.
And please just note that whenever you watch videos on YouTube like this, always form your own opinion before watching other videos as well.
Boom, look at that. Your own opinion, okay? Right on.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so we're back, okay? We just went to another place in the same park over here. It looks kind of shady under the tree, right? It was pretty hot over there, man. Okay, so the next movie that we wanted to talk about, which I've seen several times, was, what is it?
Rob Zombie's Halloween.
That's what it is. Rob Zombie's Halloween. I really love Rob Zombie movies because they got kind of that 70s genre, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because Rob Zombie is the kind of director, for just to kind of touch on it a little bit, he's kind of directed as a very hit or miss director for some people, because he does a lot of things that some people don't really like.
Like what?
Like, for example, he's a very big person on using a lot of disgusting curse words in his films, because, again, back in the 70s, it was a very... it was kind of a raunchy era.
Okay, I got you. But I mean, when I think of horror, I think anything can go, right? Because they're kind of setting the mood, right?
That's the thing, is that when it comes to Rob Zombie, I respect him personally as a director because, you know...
And his music rocks, too.
Oh, his music's great.
Music is
don't get me
badass.
wrong, like, his music is top-notch.
Yeah.
But the reason I respect him as a director is because a lot of these directors nowadays like to play it safe, because with how, you know, social media is and stuff like that, they can spread anything about a film or a director, and then the movie will just, you know, not do well, because people will just trust what that person says on the internet, and then it's over. With Rob Zombie, he's like, I don't care. It's my movie. Don't like it. Don't watch it. And I respect him.
Okay.
I respect him as a creator.
So he's a true artist, is what you're saying.
Yeah, because,
a true artist.
Because here's the thing: when it comes to film, film is art. And I think everyone needs to understand and realize that, because it all depends on everyone's opinion. If you don't like a movie, that's perfectly fine. Okay. And I love that Rob Zombie's skin is so thick when it comes to that.
Right, but you can't appease everyone, right?
No.
I mean, because everyone has a different opinion about a movie, about what they'll like and what they don't like.
Yeah, and that's why I love Rob Zombie's Halloween, because he takes so much liberties with the Michael Myers character. When I was younger, I didn't like it at all. But I think recently...
Okay, wait a minute. What liberties are you talking about, though?
Well, first and foremost, Michael Myers' origin story.
Yes, I love the background. I think that's why I really like the story that's here, is that he really has a pretty lengthy background on him.
Yeah.
Because when you watch all the other traditional Halloween horror movies, you don't see that background.
Well, yeah, and that's the argument that people really put on the table, first and foremost, and it gets old and stale at this point, because everyone uses the same argument, and I use the same answer, is that this is not the Michael Myers you know and love, and that is okay. That is okay, because you still have the original Michael Myers from 1978 that John Carpenter created, and that's one of the best masterpieces of all time.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it really awesome.
Here's the thing, when it comes to Rob Zombie's Halloween, I know a lot of people, they don't say it, but I know a lot of people wonder, what was his childhood really like? Michael Myers. Anyway.
I thought it was incredible. And I think that because Rob Zombie actually picked to do this type of movie, I mean, I think it's really, you know, he's saying that I love this movie and I want to show my own rendition and opinion about it. Yeah, you know, and exactly. I mean, I think that that's a huge compliment to John Carpenter.
Yeah, and John Carpenter has been around since the early 70s, you know, with this first big hit being Assault on Precinct 13.
Okay,
but
all right.
But besides that, you know, with Rob Zombie's Halloween anyway, Another thing I really like is the actor who portrayed Michael Myers, named Tyler Mane.
Okay.
Now, Tyler Mane, I haven't seen him in person. I hope I do because I'm going to Midsummer Scream next week.
Okay,
and I think he's going to be there, hopefully. And if he's going to be there, I get to finally see how tall he is because I heard that he is monstrous. Like, he's just so, like, not literally, I heard he's a really nice guy, but like just, like, stature-wise.
You scared of him?
Oh, yeah, he's huge.
You going to run from him?
I probably.
You're going to be like, can you chase me with a knife, please? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Chase me with a knife. Somebody get a picture. Get a picture of him chasing me with a knife.
But honestly, though, like, I thought his portrayal of Michael Myers was really, 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 really good. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a little disappointed that his Michael Myers lacks the supernatural factor.
Okay, what do you mean by the supernatural factor?
Well, first and foremost, with Nick Castle in the original Michael Myers, he was more in the shadows, in the background, hiding.
Okay.
And you see Tyler Mane's Michael Myers, there's a little bit of that, but he's more just like very aggressive and brutal. Okay,
but you said at the very beginning, this is the artistic view of Rob Zombie, though, right? So this is his view of him.
And then that's another thing is like, I get it. So I'm like, okay, I can accept the fact that it's not the same Michael Myers, but still, Tyler Mane's Michael Myers is scarier in a different way. Not a supernatural way, more in like, I know when he kills me, it's going to be painful.
Okay.
He's going to make it hurt.
Right. And you're talking about Rob Zombie, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Because with Tyler Mane and how big and bulky he is, I know for a fact if he comes at you, even if you run, he's going to catch you because his legs are long.
I thought it was really, really realistic. I mean, this is somebody that you could actually run into at a rest stop somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, a real thing. I mean, I mean, the things that he does could really happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really brings it to life, you know, and it makes it so scary. I mean, it's scared me for sure, you know, so.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I have to say, though, even though I love Rob Zombie movies and I totally dig, his rendition of Halloween, I do have to say I am really more into the psychological thrillers because I like to think and I like the puzzles. It's not to say that the movie isn't good. It's just not something that is my go-to. I would probably choose 7 over Rob Zombie's Halloween, but I would
fair.
But I would probably choose 7 over John Carpenter's Halloween too, because I like all the puzzles and kind of putting it together.
Yeah.
And I never really knew that. And that's kind of why we're doing this episode, to kind of figure that out. I've always had that question, but never really answered it.
And here's another thing. For me anyway, I'm not really picky. You know, it really depends on the movie, not really the genre. And I have to say, you know, I think both movies are good in their own way. And for everyone out there, I think that you guys should always develop your own opinion, of course, when it comes to which genre, which movie you like the most.
Fair.
And personally, anyway, I think both movies are good in their own way. I think 7 is great because of the mystery, trying to figure out why this killer is doing what he's doing. Is he doing it for, you know, revenge or punishment or
that's a good
purely
point.
just, you know, satisfaction? Because when it comes to serial killers, some serial killers have more of like a completion anxiety, I guess you could say. So there's something like that, you know, where it's like they have to complete something, you know what I mean? Now, I love Rob Zombie's Halloween because of the artistic liberties he takes. And also, I will say this, just to add on to Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Here we go, the add-on.
Sherry Moon Zombie, I think it's one of her best performances.
In that one.
In that one, because I think when you look at her acting and stuff like that, she's a great actress. But I think when it comes to this movie, it's different because I think she's kind of playing herself.
I really like,
because I met her in real life.
Oh, have you? Really
like Halloween Horror Nights.
I really like her as an actor because she's gritty.
Oh yeah.
I like it. I like it because she's gritty. She really brings some real realism to the screen. You're just like, wow, that's really raw and it's really gritty. And I totally dig that.
And what's funny is that in real life, she's the polar opposite of that.
Really?
Oh yeah. Her and Rob Zombie are the sweetest people you would ever meet. Because with Sherry Moon Zombie, she has a very motherly personality. Very sweet, very kind, very loving.
Motherly.
And honestly, I think hands down, she's definitely the best celebrity, along with Rob Zombie, that I've ever met.
Do you have a crush on her?
No. Rob Zombie, a little bit, maybe.
Maybe a little bit crush on Rob Zombie.
But like honestly though, like they're both really kind people.
Thunder Kiss.
You know,
Thunder Kiss.
I love that song so much, man.
Thunder Kiss. That's cool.
But like seriously though, like personal stories aside, she's an awesome person.
I want to start headbanging right now.
Yeah.
But she is cool. But I've never met her personally, but I totally dig all the movies she's in.
She's very cool. Like, I remember when I first met her, I said, hi, and she goes, hey, what's up? She's very, like, energetic.
But the question I think everyone wants to know is, do you lean more towards the slasher or do you lean more towards the psychological thriller?
I'm right in the middle.
Which one? You're in the middle.
I'm right in the middle because, like I said,
so you're a hybrid kind of viewer.
Again, for me, it's not about the genre. Yes, I lean more towards horror. I guess you would say when it comes to genre anyway. But like,
what kind of horror? Are we talking about the slasher horror? Because that's what we're talking about.
Horror in general.
Just horror in general.
That's the thing, because horror has been around with cinema since the beginning.
Yeah, but we're asking about you. What do you lean towards? Your personal feelings and why?
I personally think horror in general is awesome because, again, the history behind it is fascinating. I think horror is also a great template to comment on current events that are happening. Because a lot of other genres kind of go light on it. With horror, it's just all in.
It's just all in. It's just so you're saying it just lets it all hang out and it's raw.
Yeah.
And that's your thing.
Yeah.
Like you want it to be real and kind of heighten the senses. Is that what you're talking about? Okay.
Because if we're
getting there,
because I can list out a bunch of movies that really kind of help explain current events.
Current events through horror. I never thought of that.
I don't want to go on, of course, because I want to keep rambling on. But I think Rob Zombie definitely.
That was another good song.
I definitely do think.
Ramble on. All right, we're back. We're actually in the parking lot here at City Walk, right?
Yes.
I thought it was kind of fitting to finish up here because a lot of chase scenes happen in empty parking lots or just parking lots, right?
Yeah. When I say parking lots, personally, I think of 90s slashers.
Gotcha. Now we got to finish up with the
Bowl of Mystery.
The Bowl of Mystery. And it's your turn, right?
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Donovan McFarland. I'm doing the Bowl of Mystery, and my Bowl of Mystery is that I have to dance around saying I got so scared that I pooped my pants. All right, ready? Let's go. Woo! I'm so scared that I pooped my pants. Woo! I pooped my pants. Yeah! All right, guys. See you later.